Jasmine Shah, you want to get into this answer, because then we're going to move to the other flashpoint, which of course is the fact that the charge that was laid by the Chief Minister that the government's trying to stall his visit to Singapore. But please, let's get on to with this. He's raised certain questions. Would you like to address those?
Each and everything that Shehzad has said is nothing but lie and plain lies. And in fact, these things are being ratted out like a Bible by each BJP. And this is the talking points. This is what all BJP people have been said, that, forget about evidence. There's not a single piece of evidence, official evidence, supporting any of this fact. These are completely cooked up. And I'll give you one example. He said that the security deposit of some vendor was not forfeited. You know how tendering process, Shehzad, works? That if you do not win, if you do not, EMD has to be returned for people who do not win the final contract. That's how government processes work. So, you're making a fool out of yourself by making the kind of claims that you are. Now, you talked about our education and health model. Yes,
okay, Jasmine, may I just come back?
One quick point. I want to make a quick retort on education and health. He pointed it out. The entire world today acknowledges that something miraculous is happening as far as education and health in Delhi. The Singapore High Commissioner invited Arvind Kejriwal. Did not invite any of BJP CMs. Did not invite the Prime Minister or the Education Minister. They invited Arvind Kejriwal. Tell me, why are they not inviting any of you? अगर हम इतने खराब हैं, आप तो 75 साल से देश में सरकार चला रहे हैं. एक स्टेट बताइए जहां पे आपने मॉडल स्कूल्स एंड हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम बनाया हो. गुजरात में बनाया हो. दे आर एट द बॉटम ऑफ द नीति आयोग एजुकेशन रैंकिंग्स. यू हैव नॉट डन एनीथिंग. ऑल दैट यू वांट टू डू इज थ्रो गार्बेज एंड लिटर एट अदर्स. हम खराब है, लेकिन आप क्या है? आपने कुछ नहीं किया. बीजेपी, यू लुक एट द ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड ऑफ बीजेपी इन एमसीडी इन दिल्ली. You have made this the most bankrupt and corrupt body in the entire country. So the reality is that people are seeing this.
Okay, Jasmine, I want to hark back. I want to bring in Shehzad as well, and we have enough time. So for the both of you, I promise you'll get enough time.
Yeah.
But I want to hark back 1 second, Shehzad. Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Give me a minute. But Jasmine Shah, I want to hark back to the points that were raised by Shehzad earlier. What was the need to possibly change the liquor policy when there was an established system that was already working, which, as per the BJP and the LG, has raised issues of propriety and corruption?
No, so let me first of all correct you, because the problem is not with the policy. This is one of the most progressive policies, and I'll tell you the measure of a progressive policy. In the first year of bringing out this policy, the revenues of the state government from excise has increased by 1,300 crores. So if you were to hear BJP's argument that this is such a corrupt policy, that somehow the state revenues has increased by 1,300 crores in 1 year. And these are numbers which everybody has, right? So why should the government not increase revenues? We are not going to, double the prices of petrol and diesel, put the inflation and the price of inflation on the back of the common man and then increase government revenues. No, we will clean up the system. Mind you, all this money, because of illicit liquor being sold in Delhi, was going in the pockets of BJP netas. The day we announced a new policy, we cleaned up the system, made sure the money goes into government coffers. These people started making noises. From day one, they have been making noises. And let me tell you,
as on date, I'll come to you.
It's not an ad slot. It's not an ad slot.
You're going to get equal time.
It's a debate. Let me revert.
You will. I will give you the chance to revert, Shehzad. Ad slots are given by both the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party.
But we know whose ad slots run the most. So let me not make this into an ad slot. Let me come and revert to a few points. Now, first of all, just because the revenue is 1,300 crore does not mean that there's no corruption, because it could have been 2,000 crores, it could have been 3,000 crores. That's the point we're making, and let me add to a few points which you did not.
I'm not going to get anyone. Don't talk over each other. One second, sir. Hear me out. Hear me out. You are going to get the opportunity. Mr. Jasmine Shah, sir, don't interrupt. Accord the same privilege to your co-panelists. And let's just leave it at that. Right? Don't embarrass me by putting each of your voices down. I don't want to do it. Mr. Poonawalla, go ahead.
Yeah, so first of all, the revenue could have been much more, because he did not answer any of the specific questions I asked, but let me add a few more points. First of all, foreign liquor was given a 50 rupee per case discount on 8th of November 2021 without going to the competent authority. So the revenue could have been much more. If you can earn 2,000 crores and you earn 1,300 crores, that's a corruption of 700 crores, it's a loss of 700 crores. Secondly, the second relaxation, it was 2 vents per ward. They changed it without going to the competent authority to 3 to 4 multiple wards, vents in per ward. After that, He's saying it's a progressive policy. Is it progressive to reduce the number of dry days from 21 to 3 and to reduce the drinking age so that everyone can get access to alcohol, and to open it in religious places, near religious places, schools, hospitals, etc., to which RWAs and Mahila groups opposed it, and they said that nothing doing, and then the MCD took a decision that in the non-conformity zones, we will shut it down. But let me come to the larger point. First of all, he's lied to you about the EMD. The EMD that was paid without going to the proper department, and 4811B of the Delhi Excise rules prohibits it. When the NOC could not be obtained by that L1, it should have gone to the government of Delhi, it should have gone to the people of Delhi, not back to that company. Point number 2, I want to ask him a specific question that Singapore trip is, by the way, not meant for Delhi CM, it is meant for mayors, and therefore Himali Bhogwawala, who is the Surat MLA, Surat mayor, has been invited for it. But I'm not going to allow you to run away from this debate, because the real debate is about the liquor policy.
There are multiple flashpoints. You cannot decide what the moot point of the debate is. Yes,
let me ask a specific question. Now, the specific question that I need the answer to is that, firstly, can you please tell me that with what authority at the peak of COVID, when the LG had refused Manish Sisodia to take unilateral decisions and you had taken that decision back from the cabinet, how did you still empower Manish Sisodia to take those decisions under the excise department? And he said it's all fake, right? One second, very important. He said it's all fake. These are 2 show cause notices issued by the excise department officer Narinder Singh, assistant commissioner IMFL, who says you could not have given a theka to a company which was manufacturing it. The manufacturing company could not become a retailer. You also gave it to one company which was blacklisted. These are show causes issued by some officer who was honest. So is this also fake? By the way, Satyendra Jain was indicted by a court of law, High Court, August 2019 order, which said that he was indulging in hawala transactions. That has not been contradicted. They have got no relief from court of law.